couple days ago, I reviewed this guitar, the JP100, the John Petrucci signature from Sterling. This is the entry-level guitar. Okay, great. We went over it, and it had some serious issues with the first string and the sixth string not staying in tune. You guys remember this, right? So that's kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, like a guitar that won't retune to proper tuning after you do a couple simple bends is a major issue. I mean, like I've thrown guitar players out of the studio for bringing in, far less than this gigantic piece of shit. Or so I thought. Now, this is a great thing about YouTube is we do get to share ideas, and every once in a while, you guys actually send some constructive criticism my way, and it helps me rethink my approach. And we got a really amazing suggestion from a viewer named Doug S. And he had a great observation. Check this out.
It seems that perhaps the bridge is set up not level behind the fulcrum point. I'm thinking that when you bend the low E string, it pops past the fulcrum point and sticks there, putting things out of tune, and when you hit it, it pops back into place. I'm not sure if you tried this already, but it might be worth loosening the spring claw to bring the rear of the bridge up a bit so that it rests past the fulcrum point when not being played. It won't be perfectly level, but it might stay in tune. You'd then be avoiding that shift when bending. You may also have to lower the bridge a bit to retain the action that you like.
That's a great suggestion, man, because if you look at this thing, take a look at this. The bridge itself is level, but the string saddles are not. And that's because this bridge is what I like to call a hand shredder. They've got these little screws or bolts or whatever the fuck you want to call them that go past the saddles. Now, if you do a lot of palm muting, like I know a lot of you metal guys do, this could be an issue because you're going to run into problems with that sticking out and roughing up your hand. You could even draw blood. But I think this might actually be the case here where somebody decided to make this bridge a lot more comfortable to play on and might have screwed the tuning stability on this guitar. Remember, I did get this guitar used, so there's a chance that it didn't come out of the factory like this. It didn't have the tuning issue. So I may be doing a retraction here in a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, setting this bridge back up is going to be a gigantic pain in the ass. So this will take me a couple minutes to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out the tools. I already got the screwdriver out. I already got the back off the guitar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try resetting the action, resetting the bridge, and readjusting these saddles so they sit flat. Let's see what happens. Okay, wow, we are back. That took a little bit longer than expected because this readjusting the bridge here is really a game of finesse. It's like you adjust one thing, then three other things go out, and you gotta try and find the proper equilibrium. And boy, did they ever fuck this bridge up. I mean, really. Now, it probably wasn't the factory that set it up like this. It was probably somebody else, like I said, trying to preserve their palm. Now, a bunch of you guys are saying, but it's a vibrato bar. Well, you go on the Floyd Rose site, they call it a tremolo. So, hey, you know what? Get fucked. Seriously, I mean, like, is that what we're arguing about? It's vibrato, not tremolo. Now, we definitely got the bridge straightened out quite a bit here. As you can see, the little bolts are definitely jutting out a little bit more, but the saddles are much more in line with the body. It looks like the little flat piece here isn't aligned perfectly, and that's fine. I tried aligning it perfectly, and it still wasn't quite doing it. It seems the saddles really want to be, dead flat with the body of the guitar. Now, that's exactly what I tried doing here. I tried to finesse this a little bit, and even though the first string seems to be slightly off kilter with the rest ones are pretty much in line, and we are getting some pretty damn good results. I think we've got it figured out here. I think this is sitting okay. I don't really have to punch the bridge anymore to get it to go back in a neutral position. So I think Doug S. might have hit the nail right on the head. So just testing this one more time. Damn it! I thought I had it. Shit! It seems to still be ever so slightly out. I can bend down here. And it mostly stays in tune, so I don't know. I don't think I've quite got this balanced out yet. Give me one more minute.
One eternity later.
All right, now just reading Doug S.'s instructions again, he said make sure the bridge rests past the fulcrum point. So it's not dead level, or in this case, past the fulcrum point in the wrong way. So after a little bit more adjustment and a little bit of back and forth and finally getting this thing fine-tuned, it's sitting slightly up, so a little bit past. Don't have any real issues with the action this way. Again, I kind of adjusted everything. The action's sitting a little bit higher than it normally would have, and that could maybe be adjusting the pins here ever so slightly. But again, it's very comfortable to play right now. But I think we might have got past the tuning stability issue finally. Let's just go up the neck here. I'm wondering if that last bend just knocked it out ever so slightly, or I'm being, just super over analytical about things right now, because it does seem to be keeping tune. I mean, as long as we're not doing insane bends up on the 12th, it seems to be okay. Like, we can do normal bends on this 6th string, and it seems to be doing all right. One more time. Now a bend at the 5th string, an extreme bend. Let's see. Is it going out? It might be slightly. I mean, yeah, you can still hit the trim. Okay, so it's still not perfect, that's for sure, but it's certainly a lot better than what we were getting the other day. Yeah, I mean, you can do normal sized bends, I think, with this 6th string, and you should be okay. And you don't have to punch the trem, okay, or vibrato, whatever the fuck you guys want to call it. I think there should be a bare knuckle boxing cage match over this just to determine what we're going to call this for real. Anyway, has it been an improvement? Yes. Is it perfect? No. Can you trust this thing? It's hard to say. Could I rely on it in the studio? That is a tough call. I don't know if I'd be comfortable if a client brought this one in, honestly. I'd probably hand him something else. Is it still the worst guitar in the world? No, I wouldn't think so. But it's not great, though. That's the thing. I mean, the action play is really nice. Of course, the action's a little higher now. Might have to readjust the neck because, yes, some people go, oh, well, the truss rod doesn't adjust the action. Well, the truss rod actually does adjust the action between the 12th and the nut. That's what the truss rod is for. Everything from the 12th and up is for this section, and that's what the bridge is for. So just keep that in mind. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who want to argue that point with me, and you know what? That's absolutely fine. Feel free to go make your own guitar setup videos. I'd love to see how you do it. But that's the method that works for me anyway. I've been working with that method for the last 30 years, and it seems to have worked out pretty well so far. Yeah, that seems to do the trick, but let's see if it survives the no more tears test. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, I'm a little frustrated here because I really wanted to make a video saying, hey, you know what? I got it wrong. The guitar came to me set up badly. And, you know, somebody was nice enough to show me something I didn't know. And I wish I could report that this guitar, you know, returns to tuning properly now. It kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. It's not a definitive thing. I mean, like if you're doing bends down here on the 6th, no big problem. But it's when you start doing bends at the 12th that the trem still doesn't want to return to the proper position. So I think my my initial judgment of 0 stars for components still stands true. Because if the guitar is not going to do what it's supposed to do, then I can't recommend it. And that's a real shame because apparently a lot of you guys have guitars like this. A bunch of you are having the same issues, but a bunch of you guys really do like the instruments you've got, and that's perfectly fine. Now, because I got so much feedback on this video, I thought I'd do a little Q&A for you guys to finish off this video. So here we go.
Dude, that is a knockoff and it's not a true Petrucci model. From even old missing 2 knobs, switch is in wrong spot, missing another switch. Those pickups were atrocious. Pretty sure that was not the correct tremolo system. If I can remember, the original SIG just had JP, not in shield. That came later, and headstock supposed to say ear knee ball. I can point out more, but I have an odd feeling, you know, that this, and there is a reason behind not pointing it out. Please tell me this is so.
Damn! Rudyard fucking Kipling cracked the code! Yes! This is not a true Petrucci model. Oh no. Come on, really? It's a conspiracy. Yes, it is. To lead all of you astray. It's a vast conspiracy. We're having pizza in a satanic worshiping cabal, and we're going to overthrow the guitar government, I guess. Is that what we're doing this week? I don't know. Let me reach out to a couple of my other fellow YouTube secret guitar cabal members, see which companies we're looking at this week for our eventual plan of global domination.
Shouldn't have a trem guitar a locking nut.
Yeah, I would think so. A lock nut would probably go a long way to save a lot of problems and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I prefer when I've got a trem guitar to have a lock nut of some sort. Apparently it wasn't in the budget for this guitar. Apparently these things went for quite a bit of money when they were brand new too, which is a real fucking shame. It would have been great if it worked like it was supposed to. This is why I recommend Harley Benton.
Meanwhile, my $200 Firefly holds tuning like a champ.
You know, that's the thing, dude. I am looking for a Firefly guitar, and I'm in Canada. They're impossible to find. Does anybody out there know where I can get hold of Firefly? Because, I mean, like, there's a U.S. retailer, but they don't ship to Canada. I really want to put Firefly on the show. I've heard so many good things about them. They look like some cool guitars. I would really love to get my hands on them. Please help. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you if you know someone at the company or some way to get hold of them, because I would absolutely love to have one on the show.
I added a Goto 510 tremolo and used the Goto post and bushings, and it improved my JP60 100%. I had a Goto tuner's great guitar.
Well, yeah, if you put all that third-party hardware on there, of course it's going to be a great guitar. That's, again, why I gave this guitar a 0 for components, because the trem doesn't do the thing. At least it's been fixed and set up better. The action's not quite as good as it was, but at least it's returning to tuning most of the time, not just when it feels like. Just don't bend the 6th string above the 12th, apparently. I don't know, maybe somebody should ask Petrucci if he recommends not bending above the 12th. Is this a bug or was that a feature?
Thank God they fixed my trem issues on the new models. My Sterling AX3 holds tuning so well. I tune it really low and block the bridge, and it rarely ever goes out of tune.
Well, yeah, if you blocked the bridge, I would expect it wouldn't. Fuck. The whole thing here, in case you missed the underlying metaphor, is we're trying to get a trem system that tunes correctly. Duh! All right, that's it for this episode. Like I said, I wish I could be wrong about this. I really wanted to have the blazing headline, I was wrong, or something like that, how I really screwed this up, because I would have been more than happy to admit that. I mean, that's a great thing about this show. I've learned an awful lot, especially from you guys. Some of you guys just really do give amazing criticism. That's very, very helpful. And for that, I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, I still gotta say, you know what? If you see one of these on the used market, maybe give it a pass. You probably have better luck with a brand new Harley Benton or something like that, because the tuning stability on this, even though it's improved with the trem set more correctly, it's still not 100%, and that's a real shame, because otherwise this would be a kind of a cool guitar. I gotta say though, if you are in the market to upgrade your nut, look at the Graph Deck stuff, because it's worked out pretty fucking well on this guitar. One more thing, if you really like that guitar sound, there's a free download available in the video description where to get my free 2020 Vintage 30 Impulse Response. They sound absolutely spectacular and it's absolutely free, and it's my gift to you for just being awesome. And if you want to find out all about the 2022 Vintage 30s, check out this video right here.